Good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody. So Yin Yoga is going to be our practice this morning, and I thought that I would offer kidneys and urinary bladder practices. So the kidneys really help us to work with stress. My guess is that a lot of us are feeling some level of change, right, or uncertainty, and maybe now 4 days in, at least here up in Humboldt, like our home shelter took effect 4 days ago, and so maybe we're getting the swing, right, of things that felt uncertain before, getting the hang of that. The kidney meridians run from pinky in through the sole of the foot, up around the ankle, and then up through the inner thighs, the groin, and all the way up to the throat. So those of you that are anatomy trained nerds like myself, very similar to the deep front line of fascia. And then urinary bladder, kidneys and urinary bladder are a pair. And the urinary bladder runs up the back of the body, so very similar to superficial back line. So we'll get some hamstring sensation going and inner thigh work. And then the kidneys live in the back of the body. So like here, I don't know if you can see that, but like the base of the 12th rib is where the kidneys live, and they actually sit right on top of the psoas muscles, which I think is really interesting. And they take a little ride on the psoas, along the psoas every time we breathe in and out, connected to the diaphragm as well. And this morning, really, as our theme, I've been working with patients, but doing my best to find ways to be patient in a very uncertain time. And when metta isn't working for me, using the loving kindness phrases, when that isn't working, I have to find some sense of okayness, right? For patience to be able to settle in, it's kind of that, what is okay? What parts of me are okay? Is my breath okay? Is my body okay? Is my heart ultimately okay? And I use a sutta, instructions for breathing from Buddhism, called the Anapanasati Sutta. Some of you have heard me chat about this before. And it's instructions for enlightenment through the awareness of the breath, which, right on, like if I can breathe and become awakened, great. So those are some instructions I'll be sharing with you this morning, as well as ways to breathe and kind of check into like, what is okay here, and how can we cultivate patience, that parami of patience, because that is much more pleasant, right, and forward leading than being impatient. When I get impatient, it feels terrible, like inside. Yeah. So thanks everyone for being here if you're just joining us now, and my hope is that I will start putting videos on YouTube if you become interested, and I'll try to send that information out there. Great, thank you. So let's get started. I'm going to give you two options for how to begin class this morning. The first is reclining butterfly. And in Yin, because we're looking for sensation of stretch, reclining butterfly often doesn't use any kind of support, but I like to offer support anyway. So the first option is reclining butterfly. So you'll be coming onto your back body and bringing the bottoms of the feet together in Baddha Konasana, and you could use blocks, something underneath the legs. Yep. So this is the first option here, coming onto the floor, laying down. Just bringing the arms out to the sides of the body and walk your shoulder blades a little bit closer to one another. The other option, if reclining butterfly doesn't feel good to you, is to take a strap. Make a strap the size of your thighs, right? The width of your thighs, nice and supported. And then you could come into constructive rest pose instead, just on the back of the body with the bottoms of your feet on the floor. So whatever feels best to you. Go ahead and just come into that posture, either reclining butterfly or constructive rest pose. If you'd like a blanket for underneath your head, please feel free to take something under your head. If you're not as familiar with Yin Yoga, we're looking for sensation. Restorative yoga, neutral sensation. So I kind of combine the two. I teach a little bit differently. So find support that feels good in your body. And just begin to settle into the floor. Relaxing the legs, either against blocks or no blocks. And perhaps relaxing the upper thighs on the straps. And feel your body on the floor. Feel your body in this space, wherever you are. Imagine us all here together. Notice the back of your head, the shoulder blades, the spine, the weight of your legs, bottoms of your feet. And in the Anapanasati Sutta, we're guided to notice breath in relationship to body and then in relationship to states of the heart, qualities of the heart. The instruction is breathing in, know that you're breathing in. And breathing out, know that you're breathing out. And as you breathe in and breathe out, is there a quality of okayness as the breath just naturally slows? Let the jaw go soft. Relax the muscles of your face, please. And soften the eyes in their sockets. And now breathing in, know the entire body. Breathing out, know the entire body. So this instruction is, as you breathe in, where and how is the breath moving in the body? Not knowing with your thinking mind, but with the awareness of sensation. And breathing out, know the entire body. So as we breathe in, there's a quality of expansion. As we breathe out, there's a quality of contraction. And is there a sense of okayness? Maybe not even through the whole body, but through parts of the body. Is there a feeling of like, oh yes. Okay, if we come back to the root and the seed of things, is the breath okay? In and out, am I okay here? And is the body okay? Breath in and breath out. And breathing in, one calms the entire body. And breathing out, one calms the entire body. So as you're here in reclining butterfly or constructive rest pose, do you notice a sense of calm? As you let go of the layers of thoughts from your mind, just noticing what is okay in this moment. And when I check into this, it feels like patience is growing, as if this gives birth to patience and compassion for myself. And lastly, breathing in, one knows sukha or contentment. And breathing out, one knows sukha or contentment. And let the heart mind fill with a quality of peace and ease to the best of your ability, just an invitation. Very nice. may this heart and the hearts of all other living beings find happiness and peace. And may our practices together be for the benefit of all beings. If your legs are in reclining butterfly, please bring the legs back together slowly, one at a time. Really slowly, let the bottoms of the feet come back onto your mat. Take a couple cycles of breath in and breath out. If you were in constructive rest pose and you have a strap around your upper thighs, take this opportunity now to take a breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, bring your thighs into the ribs and just remove that strap. And if you'd like to, if you were in reclining butterfly also, come into Apanasana. Let the tailbone stay really nice and weighted, like you've got that great big beautiful dinosaur tail rolling out along your mat. So that keeps the spine nice and neutral as you soften the thighs in towards your ribs. And breathe your belly into your thighs. And exhale, let that go. And breathe your back body into the earth. And exhale, let that go. Slowly, please bring the bottoms of your feet back onto the mat. Bring your arms out to the sides of the body. You may find here that you need one of those blocks or a blanket for underneath your legs. We're going to take an aligned twist. So walk your ankles, please, so that they feel like they're underneath your knees. Root the feet into the floor. Take a breath in and just lift your pelvis and scooch it over to the left side of your mat. And then as you're ready, pick up the legs, take a breath in, exhale, drop them over to the right. So here I'd like your left shoulder blade to really be nice and secure on the floor. So that may mean that for the comfort of your back, for the comfort of your spine, and your shoulder, that you might want to take a block and place a block under that bottom leg thigh or a block in between your legs. And come back, breathing in, knowing that you're breathing in. And breathing out, knowing that you're breathing out. As you breathe in, know the entire body. As you breathe out, know the entire body. And breathing in, calming the entire body. Breathe out, calm the entire body. As you turn inward again with just the breath, the heart, the awareness of body, is there a deeper sense of calm or peace growing? Just noticing. And if that isn't the case, that's not a problem. Just the awareness is what we're interested in. Begin to gently press your arms into the floor. Draw the navel center to the spine, please. Slowly bring the legs back up. I prefer to go one leg at a time. Bottoms of the feet onto the mat. Shift your pelvis back to neutral. Take a nice, easy, but full breath in. And exhale, let that go. Root through the feet. Once again, inhale, lift the pelvis. Send the hips over to the right side of your mat. Pick up the legs and drop them over to the left. If that shoulder blade wants to come up off of the floor, please don't let it hang there. Take a block or a blanket and bring that in between the legs. so that you have some support, and then that will help this right shoulder blade to come onto the mat. Invite the breath in through the right armpit and right rib cage. Send the exhalation down the side of your body. Breathing into the right-sided wing, know the entire body. And breathing out, know the entire body. This quality of patience is very helpful in inclining us towards kindness and compassion. Be patient with your body, your breath, and your heart. Be patient with your own mind, patience in practice. Just touching into those spaces within you that you notice a quality of okayness, stableness, steadiness. And then begin to energize your arms gently to the floor. Draw navel center to the spine. Slowly bring those legs back, maybe one at a time, maybe not, up to you. Shift the pelvis back to neutral, and again, right here, breathe into both of your wings, side body, ribs. Send the exhalation down the side of the body. Beautiful. Keep the tailbone heavy, not pressed into the floor, just a sense of weightedness. Slowly bring the thigh bones in towards your ribs, and maybe just take a little rock side to side. Good. Start to roll onto the right side of your body, and here you'll stay. A couple cycles of breath. Just let your body stay here. And then extend the top leg, press in with the left palm, and slowly roll up like you're taking your first stretch out of bed today. Go really slowly back up to your seat. And once you arrive at your seat, just take a moment, acknowledging what's changed. Pleasant sensation, qualities of stableness, steadiness, as well as those qualities that might still feel unpleasant, unstable. Send them some love and kindness as well. Beautiful. Taking Sphinx and or Seal, you can work with both. I'm going to show both, or you could just choose one, which is fine. This is wonderful. This is an asana we use often in Yin to stimulate the kidneys, to give them a little hug. So back bends are great to hug your cute little kidneys. I like to take a blanket under my low belly. You can take a blanket or not. Some students don't prefer it. This helps support my lumbar spine in a long held back bend. We want to make sure that the front body is nice and stable. So when I ask you to zip up your pants, what I'm asking is that you go to the space at the top of your pubic bone and lift the skin, lift the energy up towards the navel center, and you'll find this sense of strength in the front body, and then also an opening in the back of the body. Take the blanket or not, up to you. Come onto your belly, please. And I just take that blanket right to my low belly. And bring your shoulders just about in line with your elbows. For balance, oftentimes the elbows are a little bit forward of the shoulders. That's not a problem. Yeah. Taking the palms on your mat. I'd like you to press the palms into the floor. I'm going to turn a little bit so that you can see, hopefully see my arms. Maybe not. So taking the palms on the floor, forearms on the floor, I'd like you to go ahead and zip your pants. So if I'm just hanging here and then I zip up my pants, I don't know if you can see it, but it lengthens my low back, right? It helps take any little bit of pinch out of my low back. And then to keep us from hanging in the shoulders, because if we get tired, we might be hanging in the shoulders. And we might also have a forward motion in the shoulders. So I'd like you to first take the skin, right? Imagine you're taking skin and energy from your inner bicep and sip it up towards the front of your armpit. And that should lengthen the front of your arm bone. And then go to the back of the body and from your outer armpit, or that back armpit, draw the energy down to the elbow. So this is a little co-contraction that helps you to lift in the front and draw down in the back. Yes? Then take the skin from the right underneath the collarbones and see if you can lift the skin without opening your throat. So lift up the skin so that the shoulder blades really can go down the back. Good. If it feels best in your body, you could hug the muscles to the bones of your legs a little bit. Soften the jaw, muscles of the face. And give a gentle little press of your forearms into the floor. So I really do mean gentle, but enough to where you feel heat building, like a little bit of a burn perhaps. So I'd like us to really integrate the muscles, the soft tissue, and strengthen the joints of the shoulders instead of hanging them. So this version may feel like you're working in the upper body, and that's what I would like. Yes? Soften the jaw, muscles of your face once again, and come back to the Anapanasati Sutta. Breathing in, know that you're breathing in. Breathing out, know that you're breathing out. And breathing in, know the entire body. Breathing out, know the entire body. Breathing in, calm the entire body. Breathing out, calm the entire body. Breathe in and know that sense of deep contentment or peace just in the presence of the body, the breath, and the heart. Holding space for whatever is arising and passing away. If you'd like to work with seal, it's a deeper back bend. You might be very fine right here. If you'd like to work with seal, I usually have to come up a little higher on my blanket just so I don't roll off. And then you're going to press into the palms, turn your fingertips outward, right, in the direction of the corner of your mat. If you feel like you're slipping on the blanket, come forward a little bit more so it's really nice and stable under your pelvis. From here, if you come up into seal, please don't hyperextend your elbows. Let there be a little bend. Bend the elbows, wrap the upper arm bones inward, and lift the skin right at the space of your collarbones. Make sure you zip up your pants as well. So come back to zipping up the pants. Please don't hold your breath. Let there be enough softness that you can kind of zip up deeply internally and still breathe. Notice that my head is not back. Draw your chin in towards the throat gently. And find that little space of Jalandhara Bandha, that little core lock. And breathe in. Send loving kindness to the body, the heart, the mind. And breathe out. Please remember that you can take a break anytime that you need one. Please don't force the body to stay in asana. That certainly isn't ahimsa. So here, if we're going slowly enough, we can begin to notice if we are ignoring, right, the signs or the little voice that says, oh, you've had enough, take a break. We'll take 2 or 3 more cycles of breath here in either Sphinx or Seal. And take a breath in through the nose, breathe up your spine. And exhale, slowly lower down. Make a pillow with your hands, please, and turn your head to the left. And then slowly just bend that left knee. Take a passive half frog. So many of us sleep in this position. You're just externally rotating the leg, letting your inner thigh, inner knee, inner foot rest on the floor. Invite your breath up into the space of the left kidney in the back of your body. Thank the kidneys for all of their hard work. Invite the breath and awareness into any area of the body here that feels as if it might need attention. And with your next exhalation, bring that left leg back to meet the right leg. Turn your head to the right. And then bring that right leg out into half frog. With your next exhalation, slowly bring that leg back to meet the left leg. Come back to center. Draw your palms underneath your shoulders, please. Tuck your toes under. I'd like you to very slowly make your way back into tabletop. You could move that blanket out from underneath you. Widen the stance of your legs just a bit. We'll take marauding bear or reverse windshield wipers. Take the hips out to the side, stretch through the side body, kind of open up through the lateral rib cage. Move with the breath. Good. And then come back to neutral, please. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, find child's pose, either wide leg or knees together, whichever you prefer. If your head does not come to the floor, please support your forehead. And bring your arms to the sides of the body. Arms can be stretched out, whatever you choose, what feels best to you. Always checking into whether the body is looking for more sensation, more rest, right? What's being called for in this moment of practice? It changes all of the time. Invite the breath into the back body, through the kidneys, up your spine, into the back of your heart, into the low belly, the front of the body, up into the front of the heart. Breathe in. Know that you're breathing in. Breathe out. out, know that you're breathing out. When I notice I become impatient or agitated or frightened, right, I hold my breath. If I can remind myself, oh, breathe in and know you're breathing in. Breathe out, know you're breathing out. This immediately slows everything down, where I can drop in to what is okay, right, in this moment. Resting the forehead, softening the jaw. Breathe in and calm the entire body. Breathe out, calm the entire body. Please begin to draw the palms underneath your shoulders, and on an inhalation, slowly press yourself up. Really take your time. And as you're ready, find a blanket or maybe even 2 blankets to sit on. So this is dependent upon your pelvis and your spine. So when we take seated forward folds, if you notice that you start from back here, the pelvis tipped back, I'd like you to have something under your seat so that you can lift up your pelvis. The other thing I'll mention, since we're on Facebook, all of us together, and I might not know some of you, when I teach seated forward folds, very important to me that you not take the forward fold by rounding your spine like this, yeah? This way of folding forward when we're seated puts a lot of pressure on the lumbar vertebrae, the discs there actually, and the sacrum. And I prefer not to have this happen. So if your seated forward fold is this in a moment, right? Great. If you feel your calves and your hamstrings, then you're in it, yes? If you're bending over like this, nothing's ever going to change in your back body through yin. All that's going to change is the amount of pressure on the discs in your spine, yeah? But we won't actually change the hips. So I'd like you to, again, find something to sit on that note, and find a strap or something to use for your leg. And if you don't have straps, you could use 2 blocks. So you might take a block and another block. Good. Half dragonfly in yin, Janu Shirsasana is half dragonfly. So take your left leg out, please, and pick up your right leg. And just start to cradle your right leg a little bit. Activate the foot. So please dorsiflex the ankle and your toes and lengthen your spine. You could even kind of like hang on to the leg a little bit as a way to lengthen and grow your spine long. Just take a little movement, or a lot, right? Maybe you're like, I'm ready for some extra movement today. Right? You might even straighten the leg, kind of play with that. Stay with breath. Breathe in, know you're breathing in. Breathe out, know you're breathing out. Good. And then slowly take this leg, the right leg, place it on the floor. Keep the foot nice and active, and activate your left foot by pressing the heel gently into the floor. Notice the back hollow of your knee should lift up, and you can hug the muscles to the bones of your legs a bit. Yeah, so you get that nice integrated stability here. If this right leg is lifting up and you feel it as a groin pull, please don't allow that to continue. Take something and support your leg. Yeah? Instead of feeling the pull, I'd like you to give the nervous system that sense of stability, right? That will be very helpful over time. Take a strap, if you have one. Bring it around the bottom of the foot. Good. See if you can grow long, like you've got a little golden string at the crown of the head. Grow long without opening the throat. So keep the chin in line right about here. So you get what we call a little hyoid smile. You have a hyoid bone right here. And let the chin drop in towards that bone. Take a breath in, please. Lengthen the skin. As you exhale, hinging from the space of the pelvis, fold forward. I notice that my chin always wants to go to my toes to trick myself into thinking I'm coming over farther into the fold. So if I draw my chin in, my torso actually comes up a bit because my core is supporting the torso. Keep the spine nice and long. Soften the hands a bit. So if you're pulling, like your leg is gonna run off on you, soften the arms, soften the hands. Invite the breath into the hamstring, the calf, anywhere you might find sensation. If you are already quite flexible in your body, you can take the hands, if this is possible with that length in your spine and the fold from the pelvis, you can take your hands to the foot and press your foot to the hands. Bend the knee a little bit, please. Don't let it lock and hyperextend. Press hands up, foot into hands. Pull the hands back towards the foot. And if you're flexible in your body or mobile, you might feel more stretch. So if that's what you're looking for. Soft jaw, lifting the heart. Breathing in one nose, contentment, peace. And softening in right here. See if you can invite the breath to move into the back body, around the back of the ribs, along the spine, the back of your kidneys. Breathe some breath right in that 360-degree barrel of the rib cage. If you notice that the mind starts to wander off, no big deal. This is what mind does. Hence why we train the mind, right? We train the awareness to notice, oh, mind has gone wandering. As soon as you notice, right, this is beneficial. Come back to the breath. Come back to sensation in the body. I like to say and give the reminder that every time you notice you've wandered off, that's a moment of awakening. Yay! Hooray! So we can wake up many, many times throughout the day. please begin to root that left heel back into the floor gently. Inhale, slowly come back up. And exhale. Help this right leg to come back out. And give a little shake. Good. You can even rub your thighs a little bit. Bend the knees. Give the hamstrings some love and attention. Good. Wonderful. Let's take that second side. So right leg comes out. Activate the foot, please. So not having a passive leg, but active leg. Again, helps protect the joints of the knees. So you're pressing the heel gently into the floor, not so much that it hurts, but enough that you're lifting the back hollow of the knee. And then you can integrate the soft tissue, hug the muscles into the bones just a bit. Yeah. Take this leg, this left leg, activate the ankle and the toes, and just give some gentle movement here. Just kind of feel into the hip capsule. Maybe we've been sitting a lot more than we're used to. I don't know, maybe not, but I know I am. Good. And then slowly bring that leg to meet your right leg. And if you find that a blanket is helpful or a block is helpful, great. Please use the props. They're our best friends. Take the strap around the bottom of the foot. Good. Inhale, grow the spine long. Let your chin soften in towards the throat. Lift the skin, the collarbone. So you're lifting that up to help the shoulder blades come down the back. When you're ready, take a second breath in through the nose. And exhale, hinge from the space of the pelvis. So forward folds, to me, might be this. If I feel my hamstring and my calf, that's my forward fold. This, I don't find to be a helpful forward fold. Instead, I'd like us to work with the mobility of the pelvis. And if we really want to change the hamstrings, change the calves, change that soft tissue, we want to open the meridians of the urinary bladder there. Right? We want to work with the pelvis because all of the muscles of the legs are connected to the pelvis. Yeah, good. Breathe in. Know that you're breathing in. Breathe out. Know that you're breathing out. Again, if you're very flexible, if you're flexible in the body already, oftentimes there's not much sensation. So if we want to get that sensation, which I do in Yin, you can take the hands. I'm not quite as mobile on this side as I was on the other side. So if you can keep the spine long and move your torso forward, take your hands around the bottom of the foot. Bend your knee a little bit. Press the foot into your hands and draw the hands towards the foot. Right? Make sure there's still a little bend in the knee, right? That it's just lifted off the floor, and you're likely to find more sensation here. Check into the jaw, please, and the muscles of your face. Really invite yourself fully into the asana, into the orientation of the pose. Breathe in, know the entire body. Breathe out, know the entire body. Invite awareness to notice what parts are filled with the quality of okayness right here in this moment. Move some breath up into the back of the body, the base of the ribs, at the kidneys, up along the back of the spine. And just inviting the breath into these little nooks and crannies of the being, of this vehicle of the body. Begin to root the energy of your heel back into the floor. You might feel that all the way up into the low belly. And use that energy to help you come all the way back out. Help your leg, the left leg, to come back out. And give a little shake, popcorn shake. Wonderful, excellent. Go ahead and make your way back onto the back of your body, please. Have handy what you would like for Shavasana so that you don't have to get up again. If that's a couple of blankets, maybe you use a bolster at home for underneath your knees. And go ahead and take a moment to have that close by. And come onto the back of your body. Back into constructive rest pose first. Good. Let the spine really neutralize after those back bends. Widen the stance of your feet, the forward folds. Widen the stance of your feet and just slowly windshield wiper the legs side to side. See if you can move one breath, one movement. Good. Bring the legs back to neutral, please. Letting the tailbone stay heavy. Again, Apanasana, both knees into the chest. And breathe into the kidneys at the base of your ribs. So notice how the earth is holding the back body, holding your kidneys. Breathe right into those loving hands of the earth. And then if you enjoy Happy Baby, slowly find your way to Happy Baby. If your bum rolls up like this, when you come into Happy Baby, see if you can let the pelvis and the tailbone drop. If when you do that, this happens, right? It's like a little lever, or a lever, I should say. Take a blanket under your head. And if you take a blanket under your head, that should lower your hips, lower the pelvis. Take the hands anywhere you'd like in Happy Baby, the feet, the calves, the hamstrings, right? You might even use a strap around the feet. If you don't prefer Happy Baby, just bring knees into the chest in Apanasana, whichever you choose. Breathe in and out right here. Perhaps invite some breath into the area of the pelvic floor, diaphragm, breathe all the way to the tailbone. May this heart be happy and peaceful. Just finding the breath in and out of the spaciousness of your heart. Noticing what feels okay as you're here in your body, in this space, with the breath. If your legs are in Happy Baby, slowly bring them back to neutral. Bringing the bottoms of your feet onto the mat. Make your way into Shavasana. So you can have a blanket under the head, right? You could roll a blanket for underneath your knees, coming onto the back of the body. I always like to recommend support under the knees for your low back, but it's a completely personal preference, of course. Let there be some space between your legs, some space between your arms and the ribs. I'm beginning to just settle in here. I'll be playing the bowls a little bit for you. So if that sound feels jarring in any way, see if you can breathe in and out of the sound as well. Just invite the breath and the awareness into wherever you notice the sound or the vibrational quality. Begin to soften the skin around your muscles. Soften the muscles around your bones. Inviting the bones of the body to sink back into the earth. To be fully held. Softening the jaw, the muscles of the face. Find the breath at the nostrils, in the throat, in your heart. Find the breath at the ribs and the lowest part of the belly. The entire path and all you will ever need to walk it, you will find inside. So the Buddha taught me. Once I took a closer look, all the running around started to seem a little silly. Things changed so quickly, and by the time I got anywhere, I'd become someone else. You are your mother, you are your daughter, you are your father, you are your son. One moment gives birth to the next. What we do in each of those moments is who we become. Beginning to slowly return first to the bones. Feeling the weight in your body, the muscles, and then the skin. Notice that quality of breath, the vibration of breath at the base of the spine. Breathing all the way up softly and gently to the nostrils. And following the wave of the breath all the way back down from the nostrils to the tailbone. And tailbone up past the nostrils into the space of the third eye. And feel the cleansing wave of breath all the way back out. As you're ready, begin to move the fingers and the toes, please. Rotating through the wrists and the ankles. And then you could point the toes. Inhale, reach the arms back over and take a good stretch. And exhale, sigh that out. And bringing the thighs in towards the ribs. And take any gentle movement that you would like. Any little rock back and forth, happy baby again. What feels good in your body to close practice. And then begin to make your way onto the right side of the body. And here you'll stay a couple cycles of breath. Perhaps setting a quiet intention to pause and come back to this beautiful breath and body over and over again throughout the day. Slowly begin to roll yourselves back up to seated and find a comfortable seat, whatever that may be for you. Cross legs, sitting on the heels. And finding the space of your sits bones and the weight of your legs. Breathe a little breath up the spine. Stack one vertebrae gently on top of the other in their natural curvature. Feeling the head balanced on the spine. Let the jaw go slack. Relax the tongue in the mouth. Breathe in. Know that you're breathing in. Breathe out. Know that you're breathing out. May all beings be happy and peaceful. May all beings be healthy and strong. May all beings be safe and protected from inner and outer harms. May all beings everywhere be filled with ease and find freedom from suffering. Please draw palms to the heart center in Anjali Mudra. And bow the head to the heart. Send yourself some metta or some gratitude for finding your way to practice this morning. Thank you all so very much for being here, for sharing practice with me in this way, for allowing me an opportunity to teach and share with you. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, everyone. This was really, really wonderful. Thank you so very much. And I'll look forward to seeing you again next time.